it's quite dehumanizing and it's quite racist to think that everybody around you is incapable of acting like rational human beings, when in fact you're the one who's acting irrationally.
Welcome back everyone. Anna Kasparian, host of the Young Turks, and Jasmine El-Gamal absolutely destroy former Israeli spokesman Eylon Levy. Before we start, Jasmine makes a fantastic point just there. Israel thinks the world is incapable of acting like rational human beings. However, saying that, I don't think Israel understands the definition of rational human beings. Anyway, enough waffling. Interesting discussion here. Let's get straight into it.
Just full of lies. I mean, I can show you videos dating back to 1996 in which Benjamin Netanyahu is testifying before Congress to say that there are weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. They were lobbying for us to invade Iraq all the way back to 1996. So to the international community, to my fellow Americans, please do not fall for the same lies again. My heart breaks for all the innocent lives that will be lost. My heart breaks for the American soldiers who are going to risk their lives on behalf of this country that is obviously lying to us right now. It is going to be a complete and utter disaster. And if you think that beating Iran or doing regime change in Iran is going to be a cakewalk, consider the fact that it has far greater landmass than Iraq does. 90 million people, far more military capability than Iraq ever had. And we couldn't even defeat the Houthis in Yemen. You think we're going to be able to beat Iran? So many people are going to die. It's going to be a disaster. Don't fall for his lies, please. I'm begging you all to read into it and research it yourself. If you take what the Israelis are saying at face value, you're going to walk into complete death and destruction.
Wow, Anna is not messing around, and she's absolutely right. Israel has been spinning the same rubbish over and over again. Netanyahu was the one stirring the pot the whole time. He stated, and I quote, "Once the terror network has nuclear weapons, it is only a matter of time before those weapons will be used. Were they ever found? No. Were they ever used? No." And now he's using the exact same recipe against Iran. My question is, who decided Israel to be the judge, jury and executioner? This state has a history of terrorism and a history of lies. Even if Iran is building a nuclear weapon, at least they were involved in agreements, which meant they were open to discussion, open to communication. The real question here is, why hasn't Israel done the same?
Would you feel as strongly? Would you be lobbying as aggressively as you're lobbying right now to do strikes in Iran if the United States took a stand and said, we will provide absolutely no taxpayer money to fund the weapons for that war, and we will not commit to any military assistance to Israel as they try to carry out this war? Would you still want to do it?
A nuclear Iran that chants death to Israel
answer the question.
Is an existential threat to my country. I do not want war with Iran. I do not want a strike on Iran.
You do want war with Iran. Don't stop lying about that.
To succeed.
Would you still pursue that war?
I'm sorry, you asked me a question and you keep haranguing me.
And you're not answering
bite your tongue and let me
You're not
answer.
answering it.
I do not want a war with Iran. I cannot afford a nuclear Iran because it would be an existential threat to my country and place everyone here under the specter of a hostile regime with weapons of mass destruction in living memory of the last genocide of the Jewish people. So if Israel's back is against the wall, it will take the action that it has to in order to eliminate existential threats. And we expect to do that with the support of our allies who understand that when Israel eliminates these dangerous threats, it is standing up for the free world and protecting their interests in the region as well.
I just want to remind Eylon, though, as we're talking about this idea about diplomacy failing, I just want to remind everyone that it was Donald Trump that pulled out of the JCPOA. Iran negotiated a deal before. Iran never left the deal. So what makes you think that Iran won't sign another deal after intense negotiations to get the best deal that they can? They never left a deal in the first place. So what's this, where is this coming from?
The question is, what is in the deal? Does the deal leave a pathway open for Iran to build nuclear weapons? Can it hold on to its highly enriched uranium? Can it continue to retain the ability to enrich uranium that in future, when it is more powerful and spies a window of opportunity, it can use to build nuclear weapons.
Eylon confirming that Israel isn't able to do anything without the support of its allies. We've seen that now. When Iran sent ballistic missiles, it was intercepted by British destroyers. The US has sent over $300 billion in military aid to Israel. We all know that. The JCPOA was officially adopted in 2015, signed by Iran, US and several other world powers. The agreement was Iran would receive billions of dollars of sanction reliefs for dismantling parts of its nuclear program and more extensive international inspections. Why did it fall apart? Exactly how Jasmine explained. Trump tears up the agreement and starts sanctioning Iran. Trump and Israel do not want Iran to have nuclear weapons, full stop.
When Eylon says that Israel wants peace, I believe that Israelis want peace. But when Eylon says that this Israeli government wants peace, they want peace for them, not peace for everybody. They want to make sure that no one attacks them, but that they have the ability to attack people and countries whenever they feel like it. They hold themselves to a different standard, and they hold other countries to different standards than they hold themselves. Israel conducted its nuclear program in secret and then said, well, we're not going to talk about it, but they have a nuclear program. It was conducted in secret because they said we're faced with threats all around us. Well, Iran can say the same thing. It can say we're faced with a threat from Israel. Look at how it's acting all throughout the region. We'd better protect ourselves with a nuclear weapon. But lastly, I want to say, and this is to me something that I think is really important and pervades the way that Israel and also Western countries deal with the Middle East. It's quite dehumanizing and it's quite racist to think that everybody around you is incapable of acting like rational human beings, when in fact you're the one who's acting irrationally.
Jasmine dropping facts, and she's right. Israeli government is irrational, war-hungry, bloodthirsty, genocidal state. However, unlike other Zionist channels out here, I won't throw all Israelis under the bus either. Of course, we know the settler violence driving Palestinians out of the lands, which has been allowed to happen for decades. However, we've all seen some of the Jewish communities come out and protest both here in the UK, the US and also in Israel. Last year alone, Israel has attacked more than 3 other countries on 9 separate occasions.
Well, first, I would like to ask whether you have any interest at all in fact-checking what your guest just said with a bald-faced lie about how Iran currently has enough enriched uranium to build 10 nuclear bombs. That is a lie.
Enough 60%
Literally no
uranium.
evidence of that.
A short technical
hop
from
because
90%.
I wanted to interrupt you and I didn't. I wanted to interrupt you and I didn't, even though you were lying. So
well, you just accused me of being a liar, so I'll set the record
your
straight.
dishonest claims, which are only meant to drag the United States.
You don't need to shout. Everyone can hear you.
In a Middle Eastern country on your behalf. Israel needs to fight its own wars, but Israel knows that it cannot fight against Iran. They want to do this strike. They want to do military operations in Iran in the middle of peace negotiations, diplomatic talks between the United States and Iran. Why do you think they want to do that? Iran had stopped enriching uranium. They stopped their nuclear program as a result of the Iran nuclear deal that was signed in 2015. Benjamin Netanyahu, Israel's prime minister, was not happy with that deal because he wanted war with Iran. He wants regime change, and he wants the United States military to fight that war on behalf of Israel. It is unacceptable, and we're not falling for it again. You can go all the way back to 2012, and you can hear speeches featuring Netanyahu claiming that Iran was days away from developing a nuclear weapon. It was always a lie. It was a lie then. It's a lie now. And it's absolutely disgusting that more lives are on the line thanks to the lies that are being spewed by propagandists like Eylon on outlets like this. You're a liar. We're not going to go to war on your behalf. Sorry. Move.
So there you have it, guys. That was Eylon Levy trying to defend Israel's right to attack. Sorry, I meant defend itself. Funny how Netanyahu was behind everything this whole time. Whatever conflict happened in the Middle East over the last 20 years, his name was right there. He was right at the heart of those decisions. I'm not surprised really. His ancestors, Menachem Begin, a convicted terrorist who went on to become Israeli Prime Minister. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Support me by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.